Welcome to another episode of Discover Feng Shui with Joey Yap. Today I'm going to show you how you can personalize your Feng Shui. And in order to do this, I need you to prepare two things. A blank piece of paper to work out some calculations, and of course, your date of birth. Now, with these pieces of information, you will find out what we call a life gua. And from your life gua, you will know what are your favorable and unfavorable directions. With this piece of information, I will show you how you can use it immediately to improve your Feng Shui of your home or your office. So stay tuned. Two of the most important factors in Feng Shui is direction and location. So in today's program, I'm going to talk about direction. How you can personalize your Feng Shui. In order to do this, you first have to know what is your life gua number or personal gua number. This number is actually what we call a Feng Shui number, where you use your personal date of birth and convert it into a number that represents certain element for you. This number will then give you your auspicious and inauspicious directions. I will explain to you what each direction means to you later on, but first thing, this is how you calculate your date of birth. Here, let's say we have 1956. We take 5 plus 6. Take the last two digits of the year, add them together. 5 plus 6 equals to 11. And 11, sum it out to one digit. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Now this is the n digit number. Now for males, use 10 to minus this number. So here we have 10 minus 2 equals to 8. So all males born in the year of 1956, you are gua number 8. And for females, you take the 2 and you add 5. All the numbers here for females, remember, add 5. So number 2, add 5, you get number 7. So all females born in the year 1956, you are gua number 7. Let's try another example. Let's use 1976. 1976, remember the last two digits. 7 plus 6 equals 13. And sum it up to a single digit. 1 plus 3 equals to 4. And for males, remember, 10 minus 4 equals to 6. So your gua number is 6. And for females, remember, you have to add 5. So take 4 and then plus 5, that you get a 9. So all females born in 1976, your gua number is number 9. Now one thing you got to take note of is that the cutoff point for every year is February 4th. And it is not the Chinese lunar calendar. It's not the Chinese New Year that you use to measure here. It is the Chinese solar calendar. And by the way, did you know that we have a Chinese solar calendar and Chinese lunar calendar? The solar calendar has a standard cutoff point, that is February 4th. And you know what? All Chinese metaphysics, be it Chinese astrology, the Bazi system, or Chinese Feng Shui systems, it is based on the Chinese solar calendar. The Chinese lunar calendar is actually used for another system called purple star astrology. So, now that you have your gua number, I want you to look at this chart right here. This chart here shows each gua number with all the 8 directions and the specific good and bad locations. This chart over here shows you all the 8 directions relating to each gua, the 4 good directions, and the 4 inauspicious directions. For example, you will see here gua number 2. For example, your best direction, your Xing Qi direction, is actually northeast. Your Tianyi direction here is the west. Your Yan Yan direction over here is your northwest. And your Fu Wei direction is your southwest. Now these are called your 4 auspicious directions, and same thing Kwa 2, if you look over on this side, you will see all your inauspicious direction. The most worst direction that you have here is the north, being Jueming. So, find out what your Kwa number is. Look at this table over here. Now, you may be wondering, hey, this table doesn't have a number 5. Now, number 5 has a special calculation. If your digit ends up with number 5, for all males, convert yourself to number 2. For all females, convert yourself to number 8. The reason for this is because in a low shu chart, if you look at the low shu chart over here, the 5 is at the center, it doesn't have a direction on its own. Therefore, if you end up with a calculation of number 5, you have to relate to, if you're male, remember, to number 2, and if you're female, go to number 8. What happens after you found out these directions? What are they good for? Well, the first 4 auspicious directions, that is what you want to tap to. But what I mean by tapping to is you want to face to these directions. And the 4 inauspicious directions, very simple. Avoid these directions. And this is the basic rule of getting good Feng Shui. This is of course a step 1. Now what do you do then? First things first. Let me explain to you these 8 directions, what it means to you. The best direction would be the Xing Qi direction. We call this the life generating direction. Xing Qi is actually a good direction for business or money luck. If you are going for wealth luck and so forth, you want to tap to wealth luck, you have to tap to this direction. I will show you of course later how you can do this. First, bear with me, understand what these 8 characters are for you. And the second auspicious directions that you want to talk about is actually the Tian Yi direction or the heavenly doctor direction. The heavenly doctor direction actually talks about good health and noble people luck. Should you require or should you wish to have an assistant from should you wish to have a noble people luck or helpful people luck, this is the direction that you want to tap to. And for those who are looking for a good relationship, the Yan Nian direction is what you want to tap to. Now, what does it mean by Yan Nian? Yan Nian means prolonging the years. Now, it is a common misunderstanding to call this the Nian Nian direction. Many people misunderstood the Chinese characters. The Chinese characters here clearly indicates Yan Nian. This particular direction is actually good for relationship building. Or if you're into network marketing, you're into sales, then this is the particular direction that you want to use. And the 4th good direction is called Fu Wei direction. This direction is actually talking about stability. What do you mean by stability? Well, if you're going for an exam, for example, you want to stay home and study, you want to calm yourself, then this particular direction is actually good for that purpose. Now, how about the other 4 directions? The other 4 are your inauspicious directions. The first one, the least inauspicious here, it is called Ho Hai or mishaps. Ho Hai is like you're always facing blocks in whatever you do, things don't work out for you and so forth. This is the least most dangerous direction. And the second least most dangerous is actually called the Wu Gui or 5 ghost direction. Well, 5 ghosts actually talks about backstabbing, on gossips and so forth. And if you are suffering from this type of events in your life, you're probably facing your 5 ghost direction.